What's up, guys? Is my mic on? It's been a while. What's up, Bubba16? What's up, Polar? We're entering left traffic for runway 4 at Lynchburg right now. We'll do a couple touch and goes, and if you want, we could depart the pattern out to the north and go explore. How are you guys doing? Going to the Grand Canyon next summer, going on MD-80, 739, sweet man. Alright, we're cleared for the touch and go, runway 4.
Touch and go, runway 4.
Seat back, seat belts, fuel selector both, mixture rich, lights are on, autopilot's off. White arc, flaps 10. And we'll start turning base. Uh-oh. Things are not working? Alright, hold on. What the heck? Hold on, guys. Sorry about that. That's weird. Hold up, hold up. How can I fix this? Display capture? Is that better? How's that, guys? Is it working? My bad, my bad. I don't know how the settings got changed in my Streamlabs OBS. Alright, flaps 20. Alright, turning final now for runway 4. And can you guys hear me okay? How's my sound? Alright, full flaps. We're high, so we're reducing power. Looking for about 68 knots here on final. Alright, gas, undercarriage, mix, props, seatbelt switches, flaps. 68 knots. And we've been cleared for the touch and go, runway 4. Alright, rolling back the power now. Eyes to the end of the runway. We're just going to hold her off. Just going to hold her off, hold her off, hold her off. Nice. Alright, flaps up, full power. Reset our trim. Oil pressure's in the green, airspeed's alive. We're looking for 55 knots. Rotate. tap on the brakes. And we're looking for 74 knots VY. My graphics card is messed up right now, so when I upload P3D, it's glitchy and black. That sucks, dude. Mine's been running good lately. Actually just recently upgraded to P3D 4.5. Updated my client yesterday from 4.3 to 4.5, so I'm on 4.5 now. But it's cool. I feel like it runs a little bit better. Alright, 1500, that's about 500 feet AGL. Do a climb checklist. Speed, power, mixture, lights, and instruments are all in the green. And we can go ahead and turn crosswind. Pattern altitude's about 2,000 feet MSL. So that's what we're looking for in our indicated here. And let's turn downwind. Also flying a PA-28 Warrior in a month or so in real life, Polar. It's nice, man. Are you flying? Like, are you taking lessons? Alright, we're at pattern altitude. Left downwind from runway 4. We'll do a few more touch and goes and then we'll depart out to the north and go look around. It's pretty nice out there. Some mountains we can fly around. Touch and go, runway 4, left traffic, 43 Fox.
Clear to touch and go, runway 4.
Alright, seat back, seat belts, fuel selector both, mixture rich, lights. Power back to about 17 or 1800 or so RPM. Looking for the white arc here in our airspeed. We've got it. Flaps 10. Bring in a touch of power. And we'll start turning base. Flaps 20. Let's hold about 75 knots. Final approach path is clear. Turning final. Flaps full. Again, we're looking for 68 knots. There's our VREF. And we'll go through gumps, gas, undercarriage, mixture, prop, seatbelts, switches, flaps. Back to trim a little just to help us out on our flare. Alright, starting our round out, power's coming back, power's back to idle. Eyes are shifting to the end of the runway, and we're going to hold her off. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Flaps up, full power. Trim, reset. Oil pressure's in the green, airspeed's alive, we're looking for 65 knots, or sorry, approaching 55 knots to rotate. Positive rate, we'll tap on the brakes, and looking for 74 knots. One more touch and go, and then we'll go fly out there a little bit. Alright, 500 feet. Airspeed, we've got it. Power, mixture, lights. Instruments are all in the green. Turning crosswind. Power back to about 2400 RPM. And trim the airplane for cruise. You guys want to see where we're flying? 172 SP. I want one of these so bad in real life. And clear touch and go, runway 4, left traffic, 40 Fox. Alright, seat back, seat belts, fuel selector, mixture, lights, and power back to 1700. White arc, flaps 10. guys want music or anything, let me know. Alright, this will be the last touch and go, and then we'll depart straight out. Alright, flaps 20. Final approach path is clear. Flaps full. Gas, undercarriage, mixture, prop, seatbelts, switches, flaps. 68 knots. And we've been cleared for the touch and go runway 4. Power slowly coming back to idle. Power's at idle. Eyes to the end of the runway. Just hold her off. Hold her off. Hold her off. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. There we go. Flaps up. Full power. Trim. Reset. Oil pressure's in the green. Airspeed. 55 knots we rotate. Positive rate, tap on the brakes. Alright, we're going to depart out to the northeast. Go fly around for a little bit. Knots, VY. Airspeed, we've got it. Power mixture, lights, instruments are in the green. And we'll cancel our landing intentions.
Lynchburg Tower, Cessna 43 Foxtrot, cancel landing intentions.
Cessna 43 Foxtrot, your cancellation is received.
So we're just going to go straight out. Take it up to 3,500 or so. Sorry guys. Alright, let's move this up. Actually, that's wrong. Senior Sensei Gaming, what's up? Good to see you, man. Let's kill the music. Oops. Alright, leveling off at 35. Let's build up some airspeed and then we'll get the airplane in cruise configuration. Roll back the power and lean the mixture, etc. Alright, so power back to 2400. Trim the airplane for 3500 and we'll start leading the mixture. I'm leaning until this EGT meter here peaks and then I'll usually enrich it about 25 degrees rich of peak. So I'm leaning. This little thing is moving up. As soon as it starts coming back down, I'm going to enrich in the mixture just a little bit. Alright, right there it's peaking. And there it goes back down, so I'm going to enrich a little bit. Back to peak, and maybe right about there is good. Good to see the streams are back up. Thanks, man. I'm trying to. I don't have as much time as I used to. Wish I could do it more often. Alright, let's head back over by the mountains and stuff. See what's over there. This way. Area. Window in the way? Why is that there? Oh man. Sorry, I know that thing is in the way on your screen, guys. I don't know what's going on here. that's the wrong one. Okay, oops, hold up. What the hell? Trying to get that window out of your way. That's weird. If I minimize. Sorry, I don't know what's up with the stream. This is ugly. Try this. What? That window's just stuck there. I don't see it on my screen, but I see it on the stream on my cell phone. Not sure what's causing it. Let me try like refreshing my desktop maybe. Go into window mode. Awesome. Alright, back to flying. We're flying VFR with no mission. Like, I don't know what to do right now. sightsee. We could fly to a nearby airport if we want. It's around here. They're all kind of far. What's up, IFL? Good to see you, man. Alright, let's head back to Lynchburg for more touch and goes. That was more fun. Next time we'll jump into this with a little bit more of a plan. Maybe we'll do like a cross-country flight next time or something. Cruising around VFR is not as fun as I thought it would be. Alright, so LYH is straight ahead. We'll start working our way back down to pattern altitude, which is around 2000 MSL. We're at 3500. Enriching the mixture just a little bit. Pull that power back just a little bit. Let the airplane descend. And we can tune to Lynchburg Atus. Atus frequency 119.8.
Lynchburg Airport information Delta 2249 wind calm. Visibility greater than 20 miles. Sky conditions ceiling 6000 broken.
Let's set our altitude bug to 2000, our pattern altitude. So a reference there on our MFD.
ILS, runway warp in use. Landing and departing runway warp. VFR aircraft stay direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact you have Delta.
Alright, we have Delta.
Lynchburg Airport information Delta 2249 wind calm.
We're about 8 miles out now, so we'll go ahead and tune the tower and start giving them a call. Let them know that we where we're at, that we have Delta, and we're inbound for touch and go. Tower frequency 127.65. Requested touch and go.
Lynchburg Tower, Cessna, November 1343 Foxtrot, pitch 9 miles northwest Delta, touch and go.
Cessna, November 1343 Foxtrot, Lynchburg Tower, take left downwind, runway 4, altimeter 3001.
3001 on the altimeter, and we'll make left downwind for runway 4.
Enter left traffic, runway 4, Cessna 43 Foxtrot.
So they want us to join the downwind for runway 4. Where we're at now almost puts us right at the 45 entry point, which is what we want. So let's work our way down to 2,000 feet. What you been up to, IFL? Airport. That's where we are. We're just breaking into the class Delta, which is 4 miles radius around the airport. So we know we're 4 miles out. to be at pattern altitude, 2,000 feet before we enter the downwind. We're almost there. Let me go ahead and get our lights on too so everybody sees us. And we'll run through our before landing checklist once we're abeam the numbers. Alright, leveling off at 2,000. Let's go full mixture, bring back the power a little bit, bring back in the power. Not landing on this runway here that we're lined up with, we're landing on this one, on this end here. So now we're going to make our right turn to join up the downwind, fly parallel to the runway. Watch our altitude, we're getting kind of low. Let's bring in the power, get back up to 2,000. Yeah, a little bit of practice, a little bit of horsing around IFL, just flying around. We're trying to keep it pretty realistic. Not really practicing maneuvers or anything though. Touch and goes only. Beam the numbers, seat back, seat belt, fuel selector both, mixture's rich, lights are on, autopilot's off.
Clear touch and go, left traffic, runway 4.
There's our landing clearance. Clear touch and go, runway 4, left traffic, 43 Fox.
Clear touch and go, runway 4.
Alright, bringing back the power, 1800 or so RPM. Maintaining our altitude and bleeding off that airspeed until we get to the white arc. Flaps 10. Start turning base. Flaps 20. Our final approach path is clear. Watch that airspeed, get that nose down. Should be at about 75 knots right now, between 70 and 75. Full flaps. Let's do gumps, gas, undercarriage, mixture, prop, seatbelt, switches, flaps. And we're looking for 68 knots here on final. Juan Fernandez, what's up, Don Juan? 68 knots. A little bit high, so we'll pull back the power. Start rolling that trim out back to help us out with our flare. Power's slowly coming back to idle as we cross over the threshold. Eyes to the end of the runway. And we're just going to hold her off. Hold her off, hold her off, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Butter. Keeping that back pressure on the sticks. There we go. Flaps up. Full power. Trim, preset. Oil pressure's in the green. Airspeed's alive. Rotating at 55. Rotate. Positive rate. We'll tap on those brakes. We're looking for 74 knots VY. Isaiah! What's up, Isaiah? I found a new favorite place to fly, VFR. You guys have so much freedom up here compared to where I live, man. You do, there's so much space to fly around. The ATC tower does not look that good in real life. Alright, 500 feet AGL, airspeed, we've got it, power, mixture, lights, instruments are in the green. Let's turn crosswind. Downwind, leveling off at 2,000. Favorite thing to do is go to Chili's and watch the planes take off while eating? Yes. That is the ideal lunch break. Touch and go, runway 4, left traffic, 43 Fox.
Clear to touch and go, runway 4.
Alright, seat back, seat belts, fuel selectors both, mixture's rich, lights on, autopilot's off, cabin power's off, power back to 1700. White arc, flaps 10. Flaps 20. Only 12 commercial flights a day though? Eh. My love for GA has grown back, so I'm back on the GA bug. Don't care too much for commercial or airline traffic at this point. I think I prefer the quiet. Do you guys have a lot of like corporate stuff there, Isaiah? Like business jets? Private jets? Alright, flaps full. Should have done that already. Looking for 68 knots. Let's do our gumps, gas, undercarriage, mixture, prop, seatbelt, switches, flaps. I'm getting kind of slow. Lower that nose. 68 knots. Bring the power back. Roll the trim back a little to help us out in our flare. Our power's coming back. Power's coming back, power's coming back, power's at idle. Eyes see into the runway. Just hold her off. Hold her off, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Alright. Flaps up, full power. Trim, reset. Oil pressure's in the green, airspeed's alive, we're rotating at 55. Rotate. Positive rate, we'll tap on the brakes. Look at that pretty tower. Can't wait for the Xbox Flight Sim. I don't know what to think about it. Looks cool. Can't imagine what the frame rates are going to be like. We'll see. Alright, 500 feet AGL. Airspeed, we've got it. Power, mixture, lights. Instruments are in the green. I'm interested to see how that turns out, that new flight sim. That'd be cool. Flyby. Alright, clear touch and go, runway 4, left traffic, 43 Fox.
Clear touch and go, runway 4.
Oh, we're getting high. Alright, power's coming back. Fuel selector both, mixture rich, lights on, autopilot's off, cabin power's off. Flaps 10. can't wait to see what Lynchburg looks like on the new sim, if it's accurate. Now, have they, there's not much about it yet, is there? We wouldn't know. I'm wondering if they're planning to model like the entire world. Or if it's going to be limited since it's like Xbox, you know? I don't know how that works. Still connected to the internet, so I can't see why not. Alright, flaps 20. Alright, flaps full. Let's do gumps, gas, undercarriage, mixture, prop, seatbelt switches, flaps. 68 knots. And we've been cleared for the touch and go, runway 4. Have they been working on it for 10 years, Isaiah? It's crazy how they've been able to keep this like under wraps for so long. I don't think anybody knew about it, not even a lot of these developers, third-party developers like PMDG, like none of these guys had a clue that anybody was working on anything. Alright, power's coming back to idle. Start our round out. Eyes are going to the end of the runway. We're just going to hold her off until she stops flying. Here we go. Flaps up. Full power. Reset that trim. Oil pressure's in the green. Airspeed. Rotating at 55. Positive rate, tap on the brakes. Alright, this next landing, let's do like a forward slip or something. Try something different. Let's simulate a really high approach and then we'll use the forward slip to get us down. 74 knots, VY. Good, man. I'm glad you're excited for it. If that's your way of being able to sim at home, I wish the best for you. I know saving up and forking over a couple grand on a PC is like not easy. It's not easy to do for anybody. Alright, turning crosswind. Airspeed, power, mixture, lights, instruments are in the green. I feel like being that it's going to be released for Xbox, a lot more people are going to have access to a flight sim where otherwise they wouldn't have before because they can't afford a monster PC. So that's good. Any kid with an Xbox can have a flight simulator. So I like that. I know there's a shortage of pilots in the real world too, so maybe that'll bring more people into the world of aviation. I know now the airlines are struggling to find people.
Cleared, touch and go, runway 4, left traffic, 43 Foxtrot.
Clear, touch and go, runway 4. Cessna 43 Foxtrot.
Alright, seat back, seat belts, fuel selector both, mixture rich, lights on, autopilot's off, cabin power's off. We're not going to descend as much, we're going to keep it high, so we can get ourselves on a high approach, and then we're going to use a forward slip to bleed off that excess altitude, and hopefully land where we want to land. Start turning base. I think I'm going to do this with no flaps too. Maybe just flaps 10 if we need it. Alright, let's keep it in the air. Let's not lose any more altitude. High approach. We're going to use a forward slip. What we're going to do is roll the airplane into the wind, opposite rudder, full opposite rudder. And what that'll do is create a lot of drag, which will slow us down and force us to descend. That was a terrible lineup, but okay. I'll keep it still pretty high. So like right there, so we'll roll, opposite rudder. And this will bring us all the way down to the numbers. Sorry, I have a very bad grip on my rudder pedals. This is sloppy. We'll do another one. We'll do it better. But this is essentially a forward slip. Of course, you should be lined up a lot better, and then just before touchdown we're going to bring back opposite rudder, line up, just bleed off this airspeed, just bleed it off. Okay, whatever, I'll take it. Alright, full power. I'm wearing socks and these rudder pedals are pretty slippery. Prepare myself for that next time. Trim. Reset. Let's rotate. Alright, let's do a better one. That was kind of ugly. Go around. Probably should have. In real life I would have gone around 100%. Tower Law, what up? Go around. Yeah, in real life, Isaiah, I definitely would have gone around on that one. Just because I wasn't lined up there as we were crossing the fence. We were off to the left, kind of over the taxiway. If there was somebody holding short there, that would have been kind of scary. Alright, 500 feet AGL, airspeed, power, mixture, lights, instruments. landing at 2,000. Pulling that power back to about 2,400 RPM. Trim the airplane. Watch the Cessna get its landing gear dismantled on landing in Colorado Springs. Worst landing you've ever seen. Oh man. It's tough, man. Landing these little airplanes in real life, it's tough. I'll admit. I've had some pretty ugly ones myself already. Not that bad though. Most part pretty good. I haven't really bounced the airplane too much yet, but I've touched down pretty hard with a little bit of a side load to where it's, you can feel it. Alright, seat back, seat belts, fuel selector both, mixture rich, lights on. Stay at 2,000 feet to run short final. And we'll maintain about 80 knots the entire time, since we're not using any flaps. Our final approach path is clear. Alright, let's see if I can get a better grip here with my feet. Still gonna hold that 2,000. Pretty short final. Let's line it up better this time. See if we can keep it on that center line. Alright, we're really high, so we're going to go aileron into the wind. Actually, well, winds are calm right now. Let's try one the other way. Alright, let's do left aileron, right rudder. All the way down to the numbers. Why can't I maintain that center line? Ton of airspeed. This might be a go-around. Just because we're going to run out of runway. Nah, we've got it. Touch and go. Touch and go. Hold it, hold it. Alright, full power. I think that was just as ugly as the last one. Later, Isaiah. Thanks for dropping by, man. Alright, rotate. Tap on those brakes. We'll hold 70 knots here until we're clear of these obstacles. And then we'll lower the nose for VY. Alright, let's try one more of those. I gotta get one clean one in before we call it. Alright, let's pitch down for VY. mixture, lights, instruments. Those forward slips. I haven't done any of these in real life yet. My instructor has demonstrated twice, but I haven't myself practiced them yet. Probably best to do a couple in the sim first and be ready. At least know what to expect. Touch and go, runway 4, left traffic 435.
Runway 4, Cessna 43 Foxtrot.
Alaska from Russia, what's up? The motherland. Welcome, man. Just doing some touch and goes here on the 172. Actually working on forward slips these past two touch and goes, which our last two have been pretty sloppy. Our final approach path is clear. Oops. Yeah, so we're simulating high approaches and then we're using forward slips to get us down to the runway, but I've not been able to maintain the center line too well. Alright, so we're on a high approach here. We're going to go aileron, opposite rudder, all the way down to the numbers. I think it's a sensitivity on my rudder pedals that might need to be adjusted. Can't seem to hold on to that center line. Alright, level her off. Just bleed off that airspeed. Hold her off, hold her off, hold her off. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Alright, full power. Trim reset. Oil pressure's in the green. Airspeed, rotate. Positive rate, we'll tap on the brakes. Alright, we'll do some regular touch and goes. I'm tired of these ugly approaches. you want, we can demonstrate. Let's do a short approach this time. How about that? We'll do a power off 180. So on downwind, just as we're abeam the numbers, we're going to cut the power like we lost the engine, and we're going to turn straight for the runway. And work on our short approach. Alright, 500 feet AGL, airspeed, you've got it, power, mixture, lights. Oh, lights should have been on there, because I forgot those. Alright, lights off. Instruments in the green, turning crosswind. Leveling off at 2,000, our pattern altitude. Turning downwind. Pull the power back to about 2,400 RPM. 2,350, somewhere in there. Start going through my before landing checklist now because we're going to do the short approach. So seat back, seat belts, fuel selector both, mixtures rich, lights on, autopilot and cabin power's off. As soon as they clear us to land, we're going to cut the power. Demonstrate a short approach. Touch and go, runway 4, left traffic, 43 Fox.
Clear for touch and go, runway 4.
Alright, there it is. We just lost engine power. Uh-oh, what happened? There's our shock moment, 3 seconds. Start turning for the runway right away. And we're looking to establish best glide speed, which is 65 in this airplane, I think. 65, I think it's 60. So we're looking for 60 knots now, best glide. So we're holding our altitude until we bleed off that airspeed to 60, and then we're going to lower the nose and maintain 60 as our best glide. Head straight for the numbers. Keeping best glide, and we don't want to lose any unnecessary altitude until we're sure we've made the runway. So we're maintaining 60, trimming the airplane for 60. Help us out in the controls. We should be pretty much hands-free. So trim up, trim up, trim up, trim up. Right there, no hands. 60 knots. Alright, I'm positive we've made the runway, so I'm going to bring in some flaps. We'll start with 10 degrees. Let's do 20. Let's go flaps full. I know I've made the runway. Can't add any power. Remember, we're simulating an engine failure here. 68 knots here. I see the end of the runway. Hold it. Firm, but that was okay. Flaps up. Full power. You're not going to try to butter a landing if you have no engine power, because going around is not an option. So the best thing to do is kind of just plant the aircraft on the runway, but not so hard that you break the landing gear. Alright, positive rate, gear up, brakes. 474 knots, which is VY. Alright, we're going to do one more touch and go, and then the last one after that is going to be a full stop. We'll call it a night. At 500 feet AGL, airspeed, power, mixture, lights, instruments. We'll do another one of those short approaches. That was pretty fun. Alright, leveling off at 2,000, our pattern altitude. Before landing checklist, seat back, seat belts, fuel selector both, mixture ridge, lights on, autopilot, cabin power is off. As soon as it clears to land, we'll cut the power, simulating an engine failure. There's our clearance. Clear touch and go, runway 4, left traffic, 43 Fox. Alright, power's coming back to idle. Just lost engine power. Oh noes! What's happening? Okay, yep, we lost engine power. Turning straight for the airport, 30 degrees. While establishing best glide speed. Let's use 65. Oh, goes down. Keep turning for that airport. Keep that turn coming. Straight for the numbers.
Did you copy?
Oh.
Cleared for touch and go. Runway 4.
Oh, I'm so hungry.
Foxtrot.
Actually, I think 60 works better than 65. We're going to use 60 like we did last time. I know I've got the runway, so I'm going to bring in some flaps. 10 is good. We'll keep just 10 degrees this time. Eyes to the end of the runway. Alright, that one was much nicer than the last one. Flaps up, full power. Trim. Reset. Oil pressure's in the green. Airspeed is alive. Rotate. Positive rate. Brakes. Kasper Melcher, what's up? Poland, awesome. Welcome. So we're looking for 74 knots, VY. At 500 feet AGL, airspeed, power, mixture, lights, engine instruments are in the green. Let's turn crosswind. Turning downwind and leveling off at our pattern altitude of 2000 MSL. Roll back the power a little bit for cruise, 2350, 2400 RPM, and trim the airplane for 2000 feet. Alright, we won't do a short approach this time, we'll just do a normal touch and go. We'll do a few more touch and goes since we have a few new faces here. We were just getting finished, but I'll do a couple more touch and goes. Touch and go, runway 4, left traffic, 43 Fox.
Clear touch and go, runway 4.
Alright, seat back, seat belts, fuel selector both, mixture rich, lights on, autopilot and cabin power is off. Power's coming back to 1800 RPM over here. And we're just going to hold this altitude, bleed off the airspeed until we're in the white arc down here. There it is. Now we're going to bring our flaps to 10 degrees. And we'll start turning base. Flaps 20. Our final approach path is clear. We'll start turning final. Watch that airspeed. Should be between 70 and 75 knots at the moment. So we're good right here. Alright, flaps full. Let's do gumps, gas, undercarriage, mixture, props, seat belts, switches, flaps. And we're looking for 68 knots. Here's VREF in this airplane. So we're using power to control altitude and pitch to control our airspeed. We're a little bit fast, so I'm pulling back the power. I'm sorry, correction, I'm a little bit high, so we're pulling back the power. Now we're slowing down a bit, so I'm going to lower the nose to maintain that airspeed. Still pretty high, so power's coming back. Maintaining that airspeed with our pitch. Power's coming back, power's coming back. Let's roll the trim back a little bit to help us out with our flare. Alright, coming up over the numbers here, our power's coming back slowly to idle. Starting our round out, eyes shift to the end of the runway. As we round out, and we're just going to hold her off. Hold her off, hold her off, hold her off, hold it, hold it, hold it. There we go. Keep that back pressure. Flaps up. Full power. Trim, reset. Oil pressure's in the green. Airspeed, rotating at 55 knots. There it is, 55, rotate. Positive rate, tap on the brakes. VY in this airplane, 74 knots. So we've got our power set to full, and we're using our pitch, our up and down here, to control our airspeed. So if we're too fast here, climbing above 74 knots, we're going to raise our nose. So we get back down to 74, lower it slightly. Keep whatever pitch necessary to maintain that 74 knots. So there's 74, lower the nose a little bit. It's going to be about 10 degrees here on our attitude indicator. Alright, 500 feet AGL, airspeed, good, power, mixture, lights, engine instruments are in the green, turning crosswind. MSL, pattern altitude here at Lynchburg, and turning downwind. About 2,400 RPM. Trim the airplane to hold 2,000 feet. You guys want to see our airplane? Foxtrot. She's a beauty. Alright, clear touch and go, runway 4, left traffic, 43 Fox. Alright, seat back, seat belts, fuel selector both, mixture rich, lights on, cabin power and autopilot's off, power's coming back to 1800. Freaking tongue twisters. Alright, white arc, flaps to 10. About a 45 degrees here to the runway, so we're going to start turning base. Hey, hey, Brazil in the house. What's up? What's up, Pupo Racing Simulation? We've got people from all over the world in here today. We've got Russia, Poland, Brazil, United States here. Awesome. Oh, I overshot that base. Wasn't paying attention. Alright, let's bring in another notch of flaps. Final approach path is clear. Start turning final. Australia, fish stickles? It's an awesome name. Alright, flaps full. Let's do gumps, gas, undercarriage, mixture, prop, seatbelts, switches, flaps. And we're looking for 68 knots on final. Again, controlling our airspeed with our pitch and our altitude with our power. We're a little bit high, so I'm going to pull back the power a little bit. Maintaining our 68 knots with our pitch. Good looking approach. Trim's going to come back a little bit to help me with my flare. And power's slowly coming back to idle. Power's coming back slowly. Alright, power's idle. Starting our round out, eyes to the end of the runway. And we're just going to hold her off until she stops flying. Hold her off. Hold it, hold it. Flaps up, full power. Trim, reset for takeoff. Oil pressure's in the green. Airspeed, we're rotating at 55. Rotate. Positive rate, we're going to tap on the brakes. Stop those wheels from rolling. Climbing out now. Now we're looking for 74 knots, which is best climb speed for this airplane, VY. Thank you, Fish Tickles. Yeah, I take pride in my P3D. It does look pretty dang good, doesn't it? I could give you the list of add-ons that I use and stuff if you want. I've played both. Prefer X-Plane's flight model, but it lacks depth and content. I need to try X-Plane. I've installed it once to try it. Alright, 500 feet AGL, airspeed, power, mixture, lights. But I never really flew it. I never gave it a shot. It didn't run well on my old computer. So I never gave it much of a shot. I loaded it up, it ran bad, and I didn't bother tweaking it because I knew nothing about X-Plane. But the way I can get my P3D looking with add-ons and stuff, I think it looks fantastic. I don't plan on changing at this point. Actually just recently upgraded my P3D client from 4.3 to version 4.5. That was 2 days ago I did that. So now I'm running 4.5. Which it looks a little bit better, I think. It runs a little bit smoother. Not a huge change. I think it was worth upgrading though. Especially since I was falling behind. I never upgraded to 4.4. I missed 4.4 altogether. I went straight from 4.3 to 4.5. And it's running pretty good. ORBX Global Vectors and Active Sky. Is that for P? Do you have those add-ons for P3D or for X-Plane, Fish Stickles? I'm running ORBX Global as well, but I just recently installed ORBX North America Land Class, which is what you're seeing here, and it looks so much better than the Global stuff.
Runway 4.
So much better. Alright, seat back, seat belts, fuel selector both, mixture rich, lights on, power back to 18. Installing the North America land class from ORBX. I think that's what they call it. The North America region. Just made it look so much better. This looks so nice. And it really improves like the night lighting too. The night lighting looks like it does in X-Plane now. I'll show you guys if you want. Alright, flaps 10. My night flying in P3D used to look like shit. It looks amazing now. Turning base now. Yeah, it does definitely from stock to ORBX Global is a huge difference. Then when you install the North America stuff on top of it, it looks even better. Flaps 20. Final approach path is clear. Turning final. Watch that airspeed, get that nose down. Bring in a little bit of power. Carry us through this turn. Yeah, you have the Europe one, fish stickles? Yeah, man. Looks insane. I think the Europe one actually looks prettier than North America. That might just be because Europe is prettier in real life. I've seen the Europe land class though, or region, or whatever you call it. And it's so pretty to fly out there. It's like, I don't know, it's really enjoyable. Alright, flaps are full. Let's do gumps, gas, undercarriage, mixture, props, seatbelt switches, flaps. 68 knots here on final. A little high and a little fast. Power's coming back a little bit. Nose is coming down to maintain that airspeed. Not drop too fast. Power's coming back. Power's coming back. Power's coming back. Power's idle. Eyes to the end of the runway. And hold her off. Hold her off. Hold her off. Hold it. Hold it. Nice. Keeping that back pressure. Flaps up. Full power. Here, let's go to night real quick. I don't know what Lynchburg looks like. We'll try it out. I know my area, Miami, looks amazing. It's generally greener, yeah. Maybe that's what I like about it, man. I don't like that the US is so built up. I need some more green pastures in my life. Later, Pupo Racing. Good seeing you, man. Let's see, use... Do you have the ORBX Innsbruck fish stickles? Holy crap, I can't see anything. Hold on. I should have turned on my lights first in here. Hold on, I know they're over here. Let's see if I can find them. That's definitely not them. Crap. Alright, hold on. I can't see. I don't have a flashlight. Yeah, the stock Innsbruck still looks good. But I know ORBX does make one. Innsbruck sceneries, which is why I'm asking Fish Stickles. I don't have it myself either. Alright, hold up. Let me get in the air first too while I turn on all these lights. So this needs to come on, this needs to come on. Rotate. This needs to come on, this needs to come on. Holy shit, why is all this stuff off? What the hell? Alright. Let's see. Fish Stickles. Oh shit, my phone is gonna die soon. That's alright, I think we've got time. We'll fly for another 15 minutes or so, maybe. 10-15 minutes, I gotta go. Now I'm disoriented. The switch from day to night is totally messing with me. Alright. Let's get some altitude. We'll cancel our landing intentions and we'll just depart out to the north again, just look around.
Cancel landing intention.
Seems like a dome light, I forgot too. Looks so much better than default though, man. The default night lighting in this P3D is garbage. I could probably tweak it and make it look a little bit better too, if I really want to. Why is my airplane look black though? It's kind of weird. That looks pretty darn good in my opinion. Night landings. Let's rejoin the pattern. I don't want to go fly way too far. It gets boring out there. Let's get back with Lynchburg Tower.
Lynchburg Tower, Cessna November 1343 Foxtrot is 3 miles northwest.
We're like
touch and go.
Perfectly set up to join the 45. This is the runway right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. Alright, 29908 on the altimeter. Right there.
Light left traffic, runway
2,000 feet is our pattern altitude. Entering the downwind now. Runway, if you guys can see that. We're parallel to it right now, we're on a left downwind. Go ahead and do our before landing checklist. Seat back, seat belts, fuel selector both, mixture is rich, lights are all on, autopilot and cabin power are off. Beam the numbers, we're going to get our landing clearance now. There it is. Clear touch and go, runway 4, left traffic, 43 Fox.
Clear touch and go, runway 4.
Alright, power's coming back to about 1800. We're in the white arc, so we're going to bring in flaps 10. It's been a while since I've flown at night though. Could use the practice. About a 45 degree out our back window, so we're going to start turning base. Yeah, we're in a pretty quiet area, so it's not as lit as your more denser cities. Even the bigger cities look pretty amazing with this night lighting from the ORBX stuff. Alright, we are on base. Let's do flaps 20. Final approach path is clear. Oh, we're getting low on that airspeed. Bring that nose down. And we're high as well. Alright, flaps full. Do gumps, gas, undercarriage, mixture, props, seatbelts, switches, flaps. We're looking for 68 knots. We're a little slow. Get that nose down. A little high so the power can come back a little bit. Crossing over the numbers, eyes are shifting to the end of the runway, power's coming back. Oh, it's so dark. Alright, holding her off. Hold her off. Hold her off. I guess that was okay. I can't really see. I wish the landing light pointed out a little further. I can't even see my center line. I don't think I'm on it. Almost off the runway. My dynamic lighting even on right now? Hold on a second. Let me check something really quick. Yeah. Alright. I wish I could see the runway a little bit better with my landing lights. Whatever. Alright, one more. Next one's gonna be a full stop. I gotta go. My phone's about to die as well. Now you guys got a big block on your screen. Hold on, hold on, hold on. We fixed this earlier. 500 feet AGL, airspeed, power, mixture, lights, instruments. Downwind, we got to remember to request the full stop. We're leveling off at 2,000. Ask for the full stop this time.
Lynchburg Tower, Cessna November 1343 Foxtrot, quiet.
Cessna November 1343 Foxtrot, Lynchburg Tower, left traffic, runway 4, altimeter 29er.
29er. Left traffic, runway 4.
Left traffic, runway 4, Cessna 43 Foxtrot.
Before landing checklist, seat back, seat belts, fuel selector both, mixture rich, lights on, autopilot and cabin power are off. Clear to land, runway 4, 43 Fox.
Clear to land, runway 4.
Alright, power back, power coming back to 1800. White arc, flaps 10. Alright, so this will be the last landing of the night, guys. I gotta go. Try to do this more often. I know I say that every single time, and then I'm gone for like 3 weeks. It's just the way life is. Alright, flaps 20. See our runway there. Approach path is clear. Turning. Watch that airspeed. And nose down. Alright, flaps full. Gumps, gas, undercarriage, mixture, prop, seatbelt, switches, flaps. 68 knots, and we've been cleared to land. Full stop, runway 4. feel like our landing light should help us out a little more than it actually does. I wonder if there's a way I could tweak that to make it brighter or point a little bit more forward. See, like right now, at least the runway in front of us should be lit at least a little bit. Hold her off, hold her off. Nice. See, I can't see where the center line is at all. There it is. Barely see it. Alright, we're gonna exit this next taxiway to our left. Looks like taxiway Delta.
Cessna 43 Foxtrot, turn next taxiway. Cessna 43 Foxtrot, contact ground on 121.9er.
We'll stop here and clean up the airplane. Alright, over to ground. It's 43 Fox.
Going to 121.9er.
Flops up.
Cessna 43 Foxtrot.
Trim, reset, oops. Trim will reset. Mixture will lean for taxi. Lights. Alright guys, I gotta go. Thanks everybody for joining me. See you guys next time. Fish Stickles, take care, man. Everybody else, 4 people watching, peace. See you guys later, man. Later.